what are we gonna do tonight, OCG?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertram. Take over YouTube.
Please note, OCG is a fictional character. Any resemblance to persons alive, dead, or undead is purely coincidental.
Shut up, Bertram.
Okay, shutting up.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / fucktotem Bertram. Say hello, Bertram.
Hello, Bertram.
And this is our live stream for Insert Game Title Here. So let me just begin by saying that this stream was made for children. I mean, not made for children. So, Mum and Dad, if you decide to show this to your children, maybe mute the audio. Now, let's commence with the profanity-strewn livestream that contains references to sex, mutilation, and torture. Ha ha ha! I'm only kidding. There is no torture. Okay, Bertram. Number 4 on the list of all things that Japanese video games must contain. Number 4 is female characters with heaving bosoms. And you might be asking yourself, but why? Why must a Japanese video game feature such characters? And it's quite simple. For longevity of the game. You see, the average game may only take you a couple of hours to finish. But if you throw a couple of female characters into your game, particularly the ones with heaving bosoms, then lonely gamers, such as myself, whenever these characters appear on the screen, will pause the video game to indulge in a little self-love, if you catch my meaning. And that's a good thing for the longevity of the... Oh, shit.
Are you playing this game online, OCG?
I have absolutely no desire to play online, Bertram. Frankly, I'd rather put my penis in a very sharp cheese grater.
Why, OCG?
Only homicidal maniacs, or children, or homicidal maniac children play games online, Bertram.
Oh, what a dangerous world we live in.
Quite. Just the other day, a child called me a "see you next Tuesday."
Oh, what an odd insult. Was he on drugs?
Probably, but you don't understand. He called me a C-U-N.
Oh, I get it. Well, you are.
What did you say?
Nothing. Does this game have zombies in it?
No, Bertram. It has 1,000 bloody ballet dancers doing the splits while singing "The Winner Takes It All." You can see, can't you? So you should be able to tell if this game has zombies in it or not.
I was bitten on the pee-pee by a zombie once.
I know I'm going to regret asking this question, but, how did a zombie bite you on the pee-pee, Bertram?
I think it was a zombie prostitute.
Ah, well, that makes perfect sense. We've all been there.
Oh, did a zombie prostitute bite your pee-pee?
No. She stole my wallet and then flushed my trousers down the toilet.
Oh, I see.
Speaking of prostitutes, I visited a dominatrix once. Wasn't a lot of foreplay or intercourse, And can you believe she didn't even have any biscuits?
Oh, bitch!
I was a guest in her brothel, and I wasn't even offered so much as a glass of milk or a digestive. Well, that will be the last time I'll be visiting her.
Because she was so inhospitable?
No, because a grand piano crashed through her ceiling last week, killing her.
Oh!
I'm afraid the time has come, Bertram. It's time to tell the good people of Britain why I wear these sunglasses. And sadly, the truth is I wear these sunglasses because I am blind.
Really?
No, not really. The actual reason I wear these sunglasses is because I have lasers inside my eyes. And should I remove these sunglasses, you would be destroyed with said lasers.
Really?
No, not really. Splatterhouse indeed. I tell you, Bertram, if you want to see what an actual splatterhouse looks like, you only have to come round to my parents' house at Christmas. I've never seen such a bloodbath. Year after year, inevitably some relative of mine gets drunk, and another relative will take them out with a turkey baster. I don't think I've actually told you this, Bertram, but my great-great-great-great-great Aunt Delilah circumcised my great-great-great-great-great Uncle Humphrey with only a wooden spoon. Yes, remarkable. Who knew you could circumcise someone with a,
I hope the actors in this game were paid a lot of money.
No, I don't think so. Some of the actors in this game are women, Bertram. Women don't get paid, do they? Well, not unless they are women of ill repute, shall we say.
Please note, OCG nor anyone at Obsessive Compulsive Gaming actually believes that statement to be true.
Well, mostly. Don't get me wrong, Bertram. I love women. I've married 4 of the bloody things. I mean, people. People. But frankly, I don't trust them.
Why?
Well, do you remember that time I holidayed on Coney Island?
Oh, yeah. Isn't that when you were bit by a bearded lady?
Yes, quite. Thank the Lord I hate children, because I won't be having any time soon.
Oh, yeah, she bit you on the, thingy.
Don't remind me. Every time I urinate, the toilet looks like that bloody elevator from The Shining.
Oh, yuck.
Quite. So, dear viewer, if you feel sorry for me and my, problems downstairs, feel free to send me a cash donation, or just subscribe to the channel. Do it! Do it right now, or I'll send a panther to your house. And not a nice panther, but a feral, pissed-off panther. Did you know, Bertram, that my wife volunteered to be a human pincushion once?
Volunteered?
Well, volunteered, forced to do it, whatever. Do you know it took 5 million pins to cover her incredibly large head? I won't tell you how many it took to cover her incredibly large stomach. Let's just say it was a lot. You know, Bertram, that woman has a problem with...
OCG.
Yes?
I was watching a film earlier, and someone said his brother was inbred. What does inbred mean?
Well, Bertram, tell me, do you kiss your mother on the lips?
Yes.
Then you, sir, are inbred. Just like yeast. Sorry. That was a baking joke.
I don't get it.
Well, because bread contains yeast, therefore yeast is in bread. You know, in bread. Never mind. You know, this is just what I need on a day like today. Gaming never fails to make me smile.
Would you like to tell me about it?
Yes, Bertram. When I play video games, my mouth moves in this very uncomfortable shape.
No, I meant, would you like to tell me about your day?
Ah, I see. I do that. Well, firstly, my doctor cancelled my annual colon examination. You know how much I look forward to that.
Indeed.
And then secondly, I managed to crash the car into some idiot's house.
What idiot's house?
Ours.
Oh.
In my defense, I forgot to put on my glasses.
Oh, that's the second time you've crashed in a month.
Well, that last crash doesn't count.
You were driving the wrong way on a one-way street.
Well, I saw no sign.
Yes, because you forgot to put your glasses on that day as well.
Oh, details.
You're going to kill someone one day. You're going to kill someone else one day.
Well, let's just continue with the gaming before I suffer an aneurysm.
Oh, wouldn't that be a shame?
What was that?
Nothing.
By Jove.
By Jove?
I just found a Bakewell tart in my underpants.
Oh, can I have some?
No.
Oh, OCG, did you know that I went to a water park once? I say water park, but what I really mean is, I took a bath once.
Oh. Fascinating.
Are you being sarcastic?
Good Lord, no.
You are being sarcastic.
No, I'm not.
Now you're being argumentative.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Let's just move on before people start throwing fruit at us and booing.
I got smacked in the face with a banana once.
Oh God, I hope that's not a euphemism.
What's a euphemism?
It's a country.
Oh, really?
No, not really.
What's the title of this game we're playing?
I forget. Let's just call it Nonsense and Poppycock, Bertram. Nonsense and Poppycock. I do enjoy the word poppycock. 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 Poppycock.
Are the cocks male chickens?
Yes, they are.
Oh, I like cocks.
Of course you do, Bertram. Of course you do.
Does this game have aliens in it?
No, Bertram. It has 1,000 rent boys doing handstands.
Oh, really?
No, not really. Pay bloody attention, and you'll know if this game has aliens in it or not.
Speaking of aliens, what do you think is the better film? Alien or Aliens?
Event Horizon.
That's not one of the Alien movies.
No, it's not, Bertram. It's better.
Oh! I actually quite enjoy Alien Resurrection.
And that's why no one likes you, Bertram.
That's not true. Your mother adores me.
Ah, so she does. I forgot that bitch was still alive.
That's not very nice.
Don't act so shocked, Bertram. You know that I hate my family.
I thought you liked your Uncle Roderick.
What? The man who ate his own children and set fire to 6 churches in England? He's okay, I suppose. Did I ever tell you that he has an insect fetish?
Fetish? Is that the name for people who like killing insects?
No. It's the name for people who like having sex with insects.
Is that a thing?
Oh yes, it's very common. When I was 14, I walked in on my father having sex with a grasshopper. I've not been the same since.
Oh my!
Remind me when we finish this, Bertram, to berate my wife about the quality of her pancakes.
What's wrong with her pancakes?
The question is, what's right about her pancakes? Like her breasts, they are much too flat for my liking.
I saw a frog once with massive breasts.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
I thought so.
Though I have had a toad in the hole once.
Bertram, I've told you before, I have no desire to hear about what you do and do not put up your backside.
But...
No, Bertram, I will hear no more about it.
But...
I like inserting foreign objects into my backside as much as the next chap, but you don't see me running around telling everyone about it, do you?
But...
No, Bertram, we're moving on. Oh, that reminds me. We need to play Battletoads again. Maybe we'll stream the whole bloody thing. Did you know, Bertram, that the original Battletoads is the reason I don't have grandparents anymore?
Oh? Were they so addicted to the game that they ignored you, and thus you decided to never speak to them again?
No. The original game frustrated me so much that I decided to murder the first 2 people I saw after smashing my controller against the wall. Now, sadly, my grandparents were babysitting me that day.
Oh my! So you murdered them?
Well, I wouldn't put it so graphically, Bertram. Let's just say I tore off their heads with my bare hands and then proceeded to shove said heads up their own backsides.
Oh my!
Yes, Quite.
Possibly get me some shed leaves from those pod people?
Isn't there a remake of Battletoads on the Xbox?
How dare you say that name in front of the PlayStation 5? Oh no, look, now you made him cry. Apologize, Bertram.
Sorry?
Good man. Don't you worry, PlayStation 5. Daddy will play with your slots when this playthrough is done.
You're a very strange man.
Oh, I know. By the way, did you record last night's EastEnders for me, Bertram?
Affirmative. I also recorded that naughty movie. What was it called again?
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. I do not, and never will, watch naughty movies. But I do believe it was called Horny Horatio, the Well-Hung Highwayman.
Poison Ivy used
Moving
to be a botanist
on.
before she went bonkers.
Did I ever
Decided
tell
to
you,
reclaim the
Bertram,
world for
that
the
my
flowers.
father
We don't
was
get
a
it back
serial
tomorrow.
killer?
Gotham really
So,
will be an urban
I
legend.
actually grew up in a real murder house.
Oh, that can't be pleasant.
Quite. I found a decapitated head under my bed once.
Oh my!
No, not an eye, a head. A head.
I said, oh my.
Ah. Well, there was body parts, blood and guts all over our kitchen. So cooking was an absolute nightmare. Gave a whole new meaning to the term finger food. Bertram, I have just noticed this, but why are you not wearing any trousers? Or underpants for that matter?
Well, my pee-pee was warm.
Did you stand a little too close to the oven again?
Yes.
I see.
I meant to ask you, OCG, but I was walking past the bathroom this morning, and I thought I could see you taking a selfie on the toilet.
Well spotted, Bertram. I was indeed taking a picture of myself on the toilet.
That's weird.
Not at all, Bertram. I document all of my trips to the toilet.
That's very weird.
Well, I thought everyone did that. My father did that. For 95 years, he documented every single trip he made to the toilet. I have a whole shelf of photo albums containing nothing but pictures of Father's excursions to the bathroom. They are fascinating.
I think we need to get you to a psychiatrist as soon as possible.
There's nothing wrong with me, Bertram. Oh, by the way, tell that pink elephant over there to stop jumping up and down like that. It's most distracting.
Forensic toxicology report.
Oh no, he's lost it.
Blows cause immediate
Quite.
paralysis.
Moving on, do you know, Bertram, that I consider myself to be something of a medium?
What is a medium?
Well, it means that you can speak to the dead. So, for example, your mother has just at this very moment told me to tell you that you smell of dick cheese.
But my mother isn't dead.
Oh, damn it. Did I forget to tell you about that? Silly me. Ha ha ha.
How did she die?
Well, I forget the details. Something about a bear in heat, sexual assault, and your mother being found in 1,112 pieces.
Oh no, Mommy!
You can mourn later, Bertram. We have a game to finish playing.
Oh, I don't think I can. I'm struggling just to sit here.
You're struggling to sit here? Is it because I insist that you sit in an electric chair?
No. It's because I am struggling with my sexuality.
I'm yours
Oh.
to command.
Well, I don't really know what to say to that, Bertram.
Ha ha! April Fools!
Was crazy. I
What?
couldn't stop staring.
April Fools?
Where am I?
It's not April, you imbecile!
Oh yeah! So, what is this game about?
Well, we play as a random teenage girl who, struggling to come to terms with the death of her brother, becomes a prostitute / serial killer and goes on a rampage in a small mining town.
Hey,
Is that really what this game is about?
More or less.
More or less meaning...
No, that is not what this game is about.
Oh, so what is this game about?
Well, if I told you that, there would be no point in playing the game.
Oh! So what's this game about?
I told you already, Bertram. If I reveal anything about the plot, there would be no point in playing the game.
Oh, yeah, I understand. So what's this game about? Ow! Hi-ho, it's home to where we go.
Shut up, Bertram.
I said if you told me to shut up one more time, I would kill myself.
Well, then you better get that razor ready, Bertram.
Actually, I changed my mind.
I thought you might. Can't bear the thought of leaving me, eh?
that's
No, we just don't own any razors.
It
Oh,
smells like
I see. Well, I have a samurai sword if you'd like to use that.
converting me into one of them.
But
It
that's
is something
sharp.
about converting me into
Yes. Usually helps if you're planning to kill yourself.
All the same, I'll just leave it.
Well, you let me know if you change your mind. Heaven knows I could do with some good news for a change.
Yes. What?
Ha ha! I jest. Mostly.
wrapping me
Is
in
this a
cocoon.
beat 'em up game?
Goodness, you showed up.
Does it look like a bloody beat 'em up game, Bertram?
I like beat 'em ups. I do it at least 4 times a day.
No, you like beating off, Bertram. You do that at least 4 times a day.
Anyone fall in
Oh
love with her.
yeah,
Usually
so
it's only
I
at close
do.
range. These distance attacks are something dangerously new.
Right.
See the spores in the air.
Here.
Any breeze will send them out to infect the entire city.
Sonic the Hedgehog, he's a little bastard. Sonic the Hedgehog, he is always plastered. Dum 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 dum.
Is that the actual lyrics?
Sadly not, Bertram. Sega said they were not child-friendly enough or some such bollocks.
OCG, what's a wet dream?
Well, it's when... how do I put this without sounding crude? Aha! Do you remember that time you spilled a glass of milk in bed while you were dreaming, Bertram?
You mean that time you spilled a glass of milk in bed while you were dreaming?
Whatever. Anyway, a wet dream is like that. Except the milk comes out of your penis.
Oh! I must say, OCG, this game you're playing is very exciting.
Put your trousers back on, Bertram. And get that rash looked at.
The Giordano Botanical Gardens
Oh,
are nothing short of
I'm
extraordinary.
hungry.
Multiple shades of green flow
That
down
reminds
the
me.
yards, dotted with
I
bright
put a
flowers
slice
and
of carrot cake in the fridge last night for safekeeping. And when I checked this morning, it was gone. Do you know anything about that, Bertram?
Well, a homeless man came to the front door this morning and he asked if we had any food. So
You gave him the carrot cake?
Yes?
Excellent, Bertram.
Why are you so happy about that?
Because my accident-prone manservant, I had planned to send that very slice of cake to my in-laws. So, I added something extra to the ingredients.
And what was that?
Poison. But killing a homeless man is just as satisfying. Homeless people are damned annoying. They stink too.
Oh no!
You did a good thing today, Bertram. As a reward, I will wash my own backside from now on.
Oh yay! Did I tell you, OCG, that the hunchback who lives down the street got a pet rabbit for Christmas?
What? Someone gave that poor hunchback an actual vibrator? There's some sick people in the world.
No, it's an actual pet rabbit.
Ah, speaking of rabbits, I have never had one as a pet. But I did once hold a Playboy bunny in my basement for 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, Claudia. What happened to her?
Well, I lost the key to the basement and she starved to death.
Oh, I can see now why you've never had a rabbit as a pet.
I never had a rabbit, no. But I did have a great white shark.
I never thought you looked like the type of chap who would like sharks.
Forensic toxicology
Well,
report.
appearances can be deceptive, Bertram.
Yes, as you learned when you brought your fourth wife home on your wedding night.
I did wonder what that bulge was sticking out of her underpants. Or should I say sticking out of his underpants?
And the fact he was called Brian and had a beard didn't set off alarm bells?
Well, you know that my eyesight is not what it once was. At least I let the chap sleep in the basement until he could find somewhere else to live.
And whatever became of your fourth wife/husband?
Well, you see, I lost the key to the basement. Again. And he starved to death.
I'm noticing a pattern here. Did you know they're making a new series of Game of Thrones with a cast of skeletons?
I did not. What's it going to be called?
Game of Bones.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the pornographic version of Game of Thrones.
No, I believe that's called Game of Boning.
Ah, I see, I see. I think Game of Thrones would make an excellent RPG game.
What does RPG mean again?
Role-playing game.
Oh, like when you make me dress up like a secretary and you dress up like a stern business owner. Who?
Yes, just like that. Remind me to tell you the meaning of the word secret when we're done with this walkthrough. Moving on. And oh, while I remember, dear viewers, if you want to see more walkthroughs, reviews, and gaming news presented in 43 FPS, then remember to subscribe to the channel.
What does FPS mean again?
Frames per second. So, for example, films are usually presented in 24 FPS.
Films. Right when you make me take off all of my clothes and cover myself with peanut butter while you film and...
Yes, just like that. Does the phrase, "this'll be our little secret," mean nothing to you, Bertram?
What does secret mean again?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, I wish stuff like this game happened in real life.
Real life? What are you talking about, Bertram? Video games are real life.
Oh, did you forget to take your medication again?
Absolutely not. Now shut up so I can hear what this pink elephant in the corner is saying to me. Go on. Oh, I see. Is that so? Then what did he say? Oh, most amusing.
Oh dear.
The pink elephant was just telling me about his school.
Oh, what was your school like?
It had more mutants than Xavier's School for the Gifted. There was a lot of inbreeding in my town.
Oh, I see. I personally could imagine you being the school bully.
I am not a bully, Bertram. Now go and get me a coffee, you fetus-shaped abomination.
Why are we playing this game, OCG? You said we could play the Bratz video game today.
I said no such thing.
You said the Bratz video game was your favorite video game.
I said no such thing. We'll play Bratz later. I promise. It's the viewers' fault, Bertram. They wouldn't understand my love for the Bratz and their passion for fashion.
Oh, I see. Why are we whispering? The viewers can still hear us.
Fuck.
Can I go to the toilet?
Certainly. Don't use my Marvel toilet paper, though. There's some sandpaper in the cabinet.
What's the difference between a remaster and a remake?
What do you think I am, Bertram? Some kind of expert?
Yes?
Oh. Well, quite right. Well, the difference between a remaster and a remake is... I'd say, is that Inigo Montoya I see in our garden?
Stop trying to change the subject. It's okay to admit you don't know.
Me? Don't know? Ha! I've forgotten more than you will ever know, my dim-witted manservant.
Okay, so what's the difference between a remaster and a remake?
Well, that's quite simple. It's,
What?
Didn't you hear me? Oh dear. Well, I guess you'll never know then. We have to move on. Yes. Did you know, Bertram, that I am 1/16 psychic? No, Bertram. It's not time for dinner.
Oh, how did you know I was thinking that?
You see? Psychic.
Oh, that's amazing. What else can you do?
Well, I can tuck my Colonel Mustard between my legs, so I look like I have a lady garden. Would you like to see?
No thank you, Buffalo Bill.
GCPD radio
OCG,
says that
I found
Harvey
this
bullet
adorable
pointed Ivy's
frog in the
greenhouse to try to
garden.
shut this down.
You should kiss him and
Robin
see if he
has
turns
reported
into a
back.
prince.
I'm betting we have
Oh
a
no,
rash of
I'm not
trouble
falling
on
for
our
that.
hands.
Again. I was hospitalized for 6 days the last time. The bloody nurses had the nerve to laugh at me.
Because they couldn't believe you would be so stupid as to kiss a frog?
No, because I slipped on a bushel of grapes in the ward.
Oh!
And I actually had the audacity to sue the hospital.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. You're a chap some would describe as disingenuous. Didn't you ask a prostitute for a refund once?
Oh yes.
Why?
Well, the product was defective.
And by defective you mean?
Dead.
I see. You do have some very odd fetishes, OCG. Why don't you tell us all about them?
Well, naturally, I would love to explain them to you, but sadly, I don't have the time as I have an appointment with my gynecologist in 10 minutes. Because my vagina has been giving me jip.
Okay.
Oh, I meant to tell you, Bertram. I saw your friend Simon the Simpleton this morning. He looked like utter ass.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Simon hasn't been well recently.
Oh dear. What happened?
Well, he stuck his fingers in a wall socket and electrocuted himself.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. He is a simpleton after all.
I must say, OCG, the graphics in this game thing are really very good.
Well, that's because they're not graphics, Bertram. Those are real people.
Oh, quick, OCG, call the police. There are strangers in the television again.
Calm down, Bertram. They can't hurt you.
That's what you said when that bitch in the night dress and long black hair started crawling out of the television.
Yes, I did, but remember, you killed that girl, Bertram. And I had to get rid of the body for you, so you wouldn't go to prison and get used as a sex toy by the prisoners.
Oh, yeah. But wasn't it you who killed her? And then I got rid of the body so you wouldn't go to prison and get used as a sex toy?
Oh, whatever.
Oh, I forgot to ask. How was the colon checkup this morning?
Oh, well, I'll let you know when the chaps finish checking it, Bertram.
Oh, I, didn't see you down there. Hello?
Hello? Don't talk to that man when he's working, Bertram.
Okay. What was the name of that anime show you were watching this morning, OCG?
Ah, 'twas Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles.
What does Kimetsu no Yaiba mean?
It means don't feed the prostitute while it's hibernating.
Really?
Well, how the hell should I know? I don't speak anime. Did you know, Bertram, that I was once considered a slayer of demons?
Demons? Really?
Oh, you know, demons, women, same thing.
Didn't you tell me once that your sister was a demon?
No. She was possessed by a demon. There is a difference.
Which is?
Well, a lot of projectile vomit, a potty mouth, and a fetish for crucifixes.
Oh!
I tell you, Bertram, that Lady Demetresque is quite the catch. In fact, if she were a fish, you would need an incredibly large net. Yes. That woman is so tall, I think she could tickle King Kong's ballsack. Haha. And another... Shit.
In a typically
Can I
brilliant
just
move,
say
the
that
GCPD
you are
went in
looking
after Ivy.
particularly awful today,
They're not
Bertram?
human.
Oh,
what I
thank
mean.
you.
I think I'm
I'm
the
in a
only one who
good
made it.
mood. I booted up my Nintendo 3DS. You know, I forgot how good Mario 64 is.
Don't say that too loud, Bertram. Just in case Miss PlayStation 5 hears you.
Oh, is she the jealous type?
Oh, very. I was on the Xbox yesterday, and she threw a DualShock 4 controller right at my bollocks.
Oh, ouch.
Yes, quite. So let's keep it down with the Nintendo chat, eh?
I will do.
Thank you, Bertram. Here, have a biscuit.
But that's a dog biscuit.
Yes. Who's a good boy? You are. You are a good boy.
I'm not eating that dog biscuit.
Eat it. Eat it.
No.
Spoil sport. Fine. I'll eat the bloody thing. Oh, good lord. That tastes dreadful.
Ha ha.
Shut up, Bertram, you bastard.
That's £1 you have to put in the swear jar.
What?
You
just
said
saved the life of a
bastard,
GC.
so that means you have to put £1 in the swear jar.
Well, you just said it. That's £1 you have to put in the swear jar.
You just saved the life of
Oh
a GCPD
shit.
officer.
Correction.
You just saved the
£2.
life of a GCPD.
Which coincidentally was how much I paid for a second-hand copy of Mario 64 back in the early 2000s. Ouch!
Oh, what happened?
Bloody PlayStation 5 threw a hammer at me.
It's possessed.
Yes, we can call an exorcist later. Let's finish this playthrough.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
Bertram, I said we will deal with it later.
Okay. How about we play some Super Mario after this game?
Bertram, you idiot! What did I tell you about mentioning? Oh, shit.
You just saved the life of a GCPD officer.
OCG, why is the PlayStation 5 holding a knife?
Because we're in trouble. Run, Bertram, run!
I heard another gaming YouTuber mention 3D platformers. What are 3D platformers, OCG?
Well, games like Mario 64, Jack and Daxter, or Crash Bandicoot are 3D platformers.
What about Crash Bandicoot 2?
Yes, that's another 3D platformer.
What about Crash Bandicoot 3?
Yes, that's another 3D platformer.
What about...
I'm going to save us some time here, Bertram. all of the Crash Bandicoot games are 3D platformers.
Oh, even Crash Team Racing?
Well, apart from that.
What about Crash Tag Team Racing?
Yes, apart from that.
What about...
Bertram, if you don't shut up right now, I'm going to choke you with a pair of my dirty underpants. Thank you.
OCG, can I ask you a personal question?
Why, certainly, Bertram.
Who took your virginity?
That would be my Uncle Roderick. In fact, I'm still waiting to get it back.
How old were you?
43.
Oh, wow! You were old!
Yes, I was always a late bloomer, Bertram. Did you know I was breastfed until the age of 29?
Oh, wow! Can we play Skyrim after this?
Oh, absolutely not.
Why not?
Because, like my wife, I don't like playing with bollocks.
Oh, you're going to get death threats again!
I've never received death threats.
Oh, I meant to say, you're going to get death threats that I don't tell you about again.
Dear Lord, oh my, who would want to send me death threats?
Apart from everyone?
What did you say?
Nothing.
You know, I'm considering giving you a pay rise, Bertram. I've been most impressed with how you've washed my underpants recently.
Oh, is that true?
Of course it is. Would I lie to you, Bertram?
Well, you did tell me once that setting fire to myself would cure my colds.
Well, I don't recall hearing you sneezing in the hospital, so I was right, was I not?
Yes, but I suffered burns over 98% of my body.
Oh, details, details.
What does FPS mean? First person shooter?
Don't be ridiculous, Bertram. First person shooter. I've never heard anything so stupid.
Then what does it mean?
It means 4 pornos, please.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. 4 pornos, please. I've never heard anything so stupid.
Are you trying to be funny, Bertram? If you are, perhaps you would like to leave this place and join a circus.
No thank you.
You know, I was once buggered at a circus.
What?
No, it doesn't mean what you think it means, Bertram. Pick up your dictionary.
We don't have a dictionary.
Well then, pretend.
Okay.
Now look up the word buggered and read out what it says. Let me help you, Bertram. Buggered, British slang. To be seriously harmed or damaged.
Oh.
Understand?
Oh, yes. So how were you damaged at a circus?
A clown fingered me.
What?
A clown stuck his fingers in my eyes. I was fingered.
Oh.
Why? What do you think I meant?
Nothing.
I don't know if I ever told you this, Bertram, my dear manservant, but I once filleted Sonic the Hedgehog.
You cut him up?
Oh, did I say filleted again? My mistake. I meant filleted. Yes.
Please note, OCG is a fictional character. Any resemblance to persons alive, dead, or undead is purely coincidental.
So, my psychiatrist has told me I need to engage more with you commoners. So, please tell me down below. What do you think of this game? Like it? Love it? Want to crawl into bed and make passionate love to it? Ah, hello there, you beautiful bastards. As you might know by now, I'm pretty infamous. I run my own little YouTube channel focused on gaming. So there's reviews, commentary, all manner of degradation, delivered in my rich British accent, and it's bloody hilarious. I'd like to ask you to go through my channel with a fine mustache comb. And if you like what you see and hear, then please consider subscribing. I deserve it, and my ego will thank you. No, seriously, dear viewers, my views and subscription rate is pathetic. The homeless chap down the street from here is doing better than I am, and he eats insects.
Did you really need to put this in the middle of a live stream?
Yes, I did, Bertram. Now, if you'll excuse me, Bertram, I'm going to put something inside myself whilst we continue to play this game. So, do you realize, Bertram, that we have been streaming now for over a year?
Oh, wow.
Yes, how things have changed this last year. Well, you died and were resurrected a la Jesus Christ, or as I like to call him, the Zaz. I married and divorced a woman who literally had sex with everything. Men, women, buildings. True story. She is the first woman in human history to actually bring the Eiffel Tower to orgasm.
Oh my!
Yes, and I have become steadily more and more intolerant, and incontinent, and impotent. So, in a nutshell, a lot has happened this last year. Now, speaking of my ex-wife, did I tell you, Bertram, that my ex-wife actually worked on the original Night of the Living Dead softcore pornography parody? Night of the Living Bed. About a bed that would come to life and eat people foolish enough to make love on it. Interesting, no? What are you doing, Bertram?
I'm looking for the movie online.
Well, you can do that later. It's bollocks anyway. Do you know what else is bollocks, Bertram? Something has just come to mind and I simply must tell you about it. There is something very misleading about RPG titles. Dragon Quest, for instance, has absolutely nothing to do with a dragon. And Final Fantasy, well, how can it be the final one if you keep bloody making them? Let's see, The Last Story? Well, it most certainly was not The Last Story. Lost Odyssey? Well, it's not bloody lost. I have played it many times. I'd say it's more Found Odyssey than Lost Odyssey. I could go on. And I shall. Now, The Witcher, well, there's more than one Witcher, so it should be called The Witchers. Alpha Protocol. You know, I actually liked that game. I want a remaster of that game. No, I demand it. Come on, Sega. Stop fondling Sonic's rings and give me a remaster of Alpha Protocol. Now, speaking of Final Fantasy, let me tell you a story, dear viewer. Back in 1997, when I was younger than I am now, and my penis was just starting to grow, I asked my father to buy for me Final Fantasy VII, which had just been released. I excitedly awaited his return, chasing my sibling around our home with a knife while wearing a Jason Voorhees mask to pass the time.
Oh, I remember their funeral. Was a tacky affair.
'Twas that. So, my father returns with a PlayStation game under his arm. I grab it from him, as was customary in those days, and scream in horror as I behold not Final Fantasy VII, the game I had dreamed of owning, but Skull Monkeys. That's right, fucking Skull Monkeys.
Is that a real game?
Oh, it's much worse than that, Bertram. It's a nightmare.
So what did you do?
Well, I did what any spoiled child would do. I beat him over the head with the game until blood came out of his ears. And then I took said game and traded it in at my local gaming boutique for a copy of Final Fantasy VII. I never knew what an orgasm was until I took that game home and gently inserted it into my PlayStation. 'Twas then that I realized I had also asked my father to purchase a PlayStation, and he fucking forgot.
Oh, so what did you insert the disc into?
You know, Bertram, the cats never forgave me. But it's not all doom and gloom. Once my father recovered, he went and purchased that PlayStation, and I played Final Fantasy VII. The rest, as they say, is history.
Oh, what a lovely story.
Isn't it, though? Bertram, do you have the notes for the review we have to record after this? Nope, never mind. I can see them. Interesting game we are reviewing. It was one of those games where you're able to rename the main character. So naturally, I gave them the greatest name in the world. Ruben Crowley.
But that's your name.
Well done, Bertram. On a scale of 1 to 10 on the stupid scale, you are now officially a 12. I named his best male friend Bertram Butler.
But that's my name.
Correction. Make that a 17 on the stupid scale. Give that man a medal. Actually, don't bother. He can't even spell the word medal.
You're mean.
And you're retarded.
Batman's taking Ivy to Arkham.
Is this a horror game?
Is this a
Anyway,
This isn't a horror game per se.
Who the hell is Percy? Is he your boyfriend?
The Green Lantern
Per
is
se, Bertram.
acting strangely.
It's a figure of
Trace the problem back to Earth.
speech.
Problem is,
Oh,
some
that's a
hackers in
relief.
Sinestro Corps. They're
At the
throwing
very
around
least, is
historic
this
history.
game less
Talk to the
scary
recruiter
than
at
the
police
stories
station
you
there
read
for
me
more.
at bedtime?
Look, there is absolutely nothing wrong with a bit of 50 Shades of Grey before bed.
Yes, that's fine. But do we really have to reenact all the sex scenes?
Yes, Bertram, we do. Let's, maybe keep that between us in the future, eh?
Okay.
Good man. Here, have a chocolate.
What's the hardest game you've ever played?
Ghosts and Goblins. The original one. In fact, let me tell you a story since you brought it up. When I was just a little nipper, with barely a hair upon my upper lip, my father bought me a copy of the original Ghosts and Goblins for the Mega Drive. And I hated him from that very day. I would say that's the reason he was murdered, but it's definitely one of them. The main reason is that he later bought me a copy of Bubsy 3D for the PlayStation.
Oh, what a sad story.
Indeed. I went to trade in Bubsy 3D at my local gaming establishment, and the chap behind the desk laughed at me. He laughed, Bertram.
Because the game was so appalling?
No, because I'd forgotten to put the disc back in the box.
Oh!
Not you too, Bertram. Why does everyone keep laughing at me?
Maybe because you're an idiot?
What was that?
Nothing.
Isn't this game splendid, Bertram? Bertram? Hello? Bertram?
Oh, did you say something?
I did. Your name. 3 times.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just looking at this review for an adult movie of Downton Abbey. It's called Go Down on Abbey.
Oh, I see. Does it sound good?
Like Mr. Kipling's cakes, it sounds exceedingly good.
Oh, check Amazon for a copy on Blu-ray then.
Already done. Along with a copy of your ex-wife's film, Night of the Living Dead.
Ah, well done, Bertram. You know, I think I may have an addiction to pornography.
Oh.
Yes, it is a problem. I'm seeing my gynecologist about it on Thursday.
You don't need to see a gynecologist for that.
No, but he gives a hell of a rectal examination. Yes. You know, I've been thinking, Bertram, we need to review more Call of Duty games on the channel.
Don't say the name.
What name? Call of Duty?
Never say that name. It's said if you look into a mirror and say it 3 times, a swarm of adolescents will emerge and spew abuse at you.
Oh, thank you for warning me, Bertram. I'm also thinking we should get a dog.
You have a dog. Me.
Not quite, Bertram. You see, a dog is actually useful.
Well, what can a dog do that I can't do?
Lick its own genitals?
But that's not fair.
Because you don't have any genitals.
Oh, you think you're so funny.
I don't think, Bertram. I know I'm funny. Bloody hilarious, actually. Did you know, Bertram, that I once trained a dog to lift a grand piano with just its nose?
That's a lie.
How dare you, Bertram? I would never dream of telling you a... Yes, it is a lie. I almost had you convinced, though, didn't I?
Not at all.
What was that? I'm a ball? Well, thank you, Bertram. I'm glad you enjoy my company, because I am the one and only. Ain't nobody else quite like me. I am the one and only. Oh, forget the rest of the words.
Did we really require the singing?
There's always time for some singing, Bertram. You know, I remember fondly when that song came out, as I was still being breastfed.
But once you were 17.
Yes? What's your point, Bertram?
You should have stopped at the singing. Now you've turned this stream into something sordid.
Have you watched any of our reviews, Bertram? I turn all of them into something sordid. Even the Disney ones.
Oh, yeah. That one viewer threatened to castrate you.
Oh, yes. Joke's on them. You see, I'm already circumcised.
Oh, I didn't know you were Jewish.
I'm not. You see, I got my Colonel Mustard stuck in the fridge door. I shouldn't be too harsh on that viewer, though. I believe they were a lesbian.
Oh, all you care about are lesbians.
That's not true. I also care about escorts, prostitutes, glamour models, celebrities who don't wear bras, and then lesbians. Oh, bugger me senseless.
Bugger me senseless? Isn't that a film?
I don't believe so.
Oh, really? You see, I thought I heard you quoting from it last night.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
When you were in the shower, I thought I heard you say, "Bugger me senseless."
Yes, well, you see, I dropped my soap. Yes, and you know what I'm like. So I've been trying to limit the amount of swearing I do. So instead of saying shit, I said, "Bugger me senseless." Yes.
Oh, really? I thought I saw a gentleman exit the bathroom before you. I think he was dressed in a clown outfit and...
Fine, I confess. I have a fetish for clowns. Are you satisfied?
Were you satisfied?
Oh, ha ha. Let's just focus on the bloody stream. Right, so... Yes?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Did the clown let you honk his nose? His actual nose, not his...
Shut up, Bertram. As a matter of fact, he did. So, anyway, back to the stream. Focus on the stream. Don't concentrate on what Bertram's saying. He's going to ask lots of stupid things, I'm sure. Yes, playing the game.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When the clown... did confetti come out?
Shut up, Bertram! As a matter of fact, it did. Right, back to the game. Let's play the game. Don't focus on anything that's going on around you. Yes.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
How funny was the clown? On a scale of 1 to 10.
Shut up, Bertram. And you as well as I know that the only person I find funny is me.
I have a question.
Haven't you tortured me enough?
Did the clown ram a custard pie onto your face? If you catch my meaning?
I am not going to answer that, Bertram.
Oh, please.
No, you're a very sick man.
Says the man with a clown fetish.
Touché. That reminds me, you can turn the oven off now, Bertram.
This doesn't look like a chicken.
Well, that's because it's no from next door. That'll teach that little bastard to call me an old bastard. Can you believe he was shouting that at me from his own own garden.
I think he might have just been calling for his dog.
His dog?
Old bastard? That's his dog's name.
Oh, damn it! Quick, Bertram, close the oven door. We'll get rid of the body later.
Then what are we going to have for dinner?
Weren't you listening? I said we'll get rid of the body later.
Oh! Boy, oh boy! Oh, that reminds me. Today's stream is sponsored by the phrase, boy oh boy.
And a special thank you to our other sponsor for this video, Suck It and See. The only sex toy that doubles as a telescope when you want to spy on that hot new neighbor of yours. So go ahead and suck it and see.
Wasn't that featured on Dragon's Den?
It was, Bertram. That it was.
What are you doing?
I am doing a crossword while we record this little stream of ours. It's not something I would normally do, but there is a substantial cash prize.
How substantial?
£11.50.
£11.50? You can't even buy a bowler hat for that.
Don't exaggerate, Bertram. It doesn't suit you.
But you exaggerate all the time. Every morning when you get up and go to the bathroom, you say, "Hello, my glorious massive penis," when your penis is in fact tiny.
Thank you, Bertram.
Microscopic even.
Yes, Bertram, I think we get the point. Gosh, this game has more enemies on screen than you'd find at a bloody wedding.
But they're not enemies at a wedding.
Well, it's usually family members at weddings, Bertram, so of course they're enemies. I imagine there's much more bloodshed at a family gathering than on a battlefield. When I was a child, my parents' house looked like Jack the Ripper's front room once Christmas and New Year had passed.
That's alarming.
That's it! 24 across. Something a woman carries in the home of a convicted sex offender. Alarm! Thank you, Bertram.
You're welcome?
Oh, I just remembered. Masters of the Universe is on tonight.
Oh, I love that movie.
No, I love that movie.
We can both love it.
No, we can't. Just like we both can't use the shower at the same time. But you seem to ignore that.
Oh.
If you do it again, I'll be forced to get my whip.
You don't own a whip.
No. But I do often blackmail my wife with a walnut whip.
Oh, how very 1990s of you.
Don't pretend you don't enjoy a walnut whip, Bertram.
Not particularly.
Oh, that's a shame because I have one here and I was going to...
Give it to me. I meant to ask before, but, you've been to Paris, haven't you?
Many times.
What is your favorite thing to do in Paris? Is it visiting the magnificent architecture like the Eiffel Tower or the Moulin Rouge? Is it the food? I know you're partial to some children's legs. Frogs' legs.
Bertram, I visit Paris for one reason and one reason only. To look for Eva Green.
Oh, not this again.
I'm going to make her love me, no matter what.
What about your wife?
Oh no, she'd probably hate my wife. Attractive people despise the ugly, and the overweight.
Actually, I think Ava Green lives in London now. Where are you going? OCG, OCG?
Right, I'm back. I forgot my bag of aphrodisiacs.
You can't leave. We have this stream to do.
Oh, fine. But when we're done, Ava will be mine.
If you say so.
I do say so. So, I thought it might be fun to try something out while we play this game.
Oh, God. What are you planning?
Well, do you remember that story I was working on?
No, absolutely not. You cannot read that.
How did you know that's what I was even considering?
Because you're fucking crazy?
I resent that. But Bertram, even you have to admit that the subject matter fits this game perfectly.
Well, actually, it doesn't, but...
Perfect! Let's begin.
Oh, may the ground open up and swallow me whole.
Ha! Here's hoping. So, dear viewers, let me regale you with a little tale I have been working on for a while. So, here is the world premiere of Trevor, the transvestite T-Rex.
Oh, kill me now.
Shut up, Bertram.
I'm using
Once upon a time, 65 million years ago to be precise, the world was filled to the brim with dinosaurs. They were very much like the human race. They liked to eat, poop, sleep, make love, but the teenage dinosaurs mostly spent their time fighting with their friends over which was the best, the PlayStation or the Xbox.
They didn't have...
Shut up, Bertram! Now, I myself have built a time machine just last week and traveled back to this time and beheld with awe the sheer size of these prehistoric animals. I'm not exaggerating when I say that the T-Rex had the largest kernel mustard I have ever seen. And I was fortunate to come across one in the middle of its mating ritual with a triceratops of, shall we say, low moral standing. Yes, dear viewer, sex workers existed even 65 million years ago. Anyway, I was fortunate enough to be standing under the T-Rex when he pulled his kernel mustard out of his companion and...
I told you to cut that part out!
And I told you to shut up, Bertram! But we're not here to talk about me, dear viewer. No. We are here to learn all about Trevor, the transvestite T-Rex. Trevor was born a long time ago. His mother was just a dirty hoe. She sold her son for lots of drugs. The dealer threw in a lovely rug. Trevor was raised by lots of girls. They styled his hair, put it in curls. Trevor then found he was aroused when he was dressed in a nice blouse. Yes. Trevor enjoyed his head in bows, obsessed with the Rocky Horror Show. He padded his bra with caveman shit. Can't think of a line here that will fit. Trevor was fond of scrambled eggs. he tucked his meat between his legs. To all the boys, he was a catch. They put their meat right up his hatch.
Hatch? Do you mean bum?
It's a complex narrative, Bertram. Read into it what you will.
Yes, hatch means bum. Continue.
Trevor took drugs, just like his mum. To fund this vice, he sold his rum.
Rum? Did you mean bum again?
No. Trevor had amassed quite a collection of rare and delicious rums.
Did they have rum 65 million years ago?
Absolutely not. But I'm using what we writers call creative license. Yes.
Ah, okay. Continue.
Where was I? Oh, yes. Trevor took drugs, just like his mum. To fund this vice, he sold his rum. His dealer was a filthy brute. Made Trevor become a prostitute.
Oh no, not the same one you saw when you...
Ah, the very same, Bertram. Isn't it amazing?
So what happened next?
Well, after contracting a whole manner of exotic diseases while selling his trade, Trevor eventually went mad and bit his own tail off, and then used it to suffocate himself to death. And thus, Trevor, the transvestite T-Rex, was no more.
Oh, what a sad ending.
Oh, don't feel too bad for him, Bertram. His spirit now lives in transsexual Transylvania.
Oh, that's nice.
You really are a sentimental sausage, aren't you?
Well, you've got me worse than that.
Yes, Bertram. Now, let's move on.
Nincompoop, idiot, moron,
Yes, Bertram, let's move on.
imbecile, ignoramus, dummy.
Yes, Bertram, I get the point. Let's move on.
I used to actually think my name was retard, you called me it so often.
Shut up, you spastic!
And I thought that was my surname.
Bertram, if you shut up right now, I'll give you a cookie. No, 2 cookies. Thank you.
We should review another game later today. Maybe after dinner.
Oh, I just don't have time today to review another game, Bertram.
And why not?
Well, as you know, once a month I like to spend an entire day in the nude and do nothing but stand at the front door waiting to leap out on any unsuspecting visitors.
Ah, Nudie Tuesday.
Yes, and today just so happens to be that day.
Oh, yes. I was wondering why your Colonel Mustard was on display in all of his glory.
That's Sir Colonel Mustard to you, Bertram.
Oh.
Pass me a towel, won't you?
Do we own towels?
Ah, good point. Yes. Run out and purchase a towel, and then come back here and pass it to me. There's a good fellow. I must say, Bertram, this game is bloody crazy.
Speaking of bloody crazy, didn't you nearly kill Sonic the Hedgehog once?
Actually, it was quite the opposite, Bertram. He came over to visit me one Nudie Tuesday back in 1997, and I made the mistake of inviting the little bastard inside. Long story short, I accidentally sat on him when he stole my favorite chair.
Oh, that must have hurt. Especially with all those spikes of his.
Yes, I was picking those spikes out of my ass for a month. A month, I tell you. Bertram, put that gun down.
Oh, sorry.
You know, I've never held a gun myself. Well, not recently, though I was once quite the regular of what the Americans call gay bars. Now, of course, that's a different gun entirely, though just as lethal, as Freddie Mercury will attest. So, back to the stream.
Don't you have a driving lesson today? You know, to get your license back?
Ah, well remembered, Bertram.
Why did you lose your license in the first place?
Well, I'm not to be trusted on the road, Bertram. Reason number one why I no longer have a driving license: I once confused the steering wheel with my penis. I made a terrible mess, and the shopping center needed new windows and staff. Reason number two why I no longer have a driving license: when I see a helpless old man or woman crossing the road, I have the uncontrollable urge to shout abuse at them and or run them over. Yes. Reason number three why I no longer have a driving license: I took my first car for a test drive in the local park. I didn't realize there was anyone there. It was bloody 5 in the morning. But upon checking my tires when I got home, I found what was left of the postman and several dog walkers. Luckily, I had some spare tires, so crisis averted. Ha ha! Reason number 3 why I no longer have a driving license.
Reason number 4, I think.
Ah, well spotted, Bertram. Reason number 4. I ran through a red light once. If only I'd remembered to bring the car. And my clothes.
When was that?
Let's see. 2007, I believe. Oh, yes, now I remember. I was on my way to pick up Heavenly Swords.
Oh, I like that game.
Do you know, Bertram, that women have told me in the past that I have a Heavenly Swords? Haha, if you know what I mean. I say Heavenly Sword, but it's more Heavenly Dagger. No, Heavenly Penknife.
Heavenly Needle?
No, Bertram. You're not allowed to make fun of my penis. Only I'm allowed to make fun of my penis.
Sorry.
'Twas an amusing joke, though. I don't know if I told you, Bertram, but I have started reading Dante again. And no, not the Devil May Cry Dante. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
Isn't that what the sign in our bathroom says?
Yes, Bertram. My wife also has that tattooed on her lady garden.
Speaking of Dante, I got lost in the 9 circles of hell once. I got stuck between lust and gluttony. No, wait. It was McDonald's. Yeah, lots of fat people. Attractive staff, though.
That's nice, Bertram? Oh no.
I knew you were crying.
Shut up, Bertram.
I haven't seen you cry like that since that time you accidentally sat on my cactus.
Now tell our viewers that cactus is not some kind of euphemism.
Oh yes! Cactus is not a euphemism for my penis.
You should have stopped at the word euphemism.
You cry a lot playing video games, don't you?
Shut up, Bertram. There's nothing wrong with a man who was in touch with his sensitive side.
Well, you don't usually have a sensitive side.
Yes, but it's nice to pretend, isn't it? And I wasn't crying. A snake had crawled into my eye.
A snake?
Did I say snake? I meant dust. I got dust in my eye. Very painful dust. That's what made me cry.
Well, if you say so.
I do say so, Fraulein.
Did you know that the word Fraulein means young lady?
I know that. Why else do you think I've been calling our German next-door neighbor Ashley that for years?
But Ashley is a man.
Oh, bollocks. I've never seen a man wear as much makeup as Ashley does.
He's an actor?
And the man I keep seeing turning up at her home with roses?
He's a gay actor?
I'm going over to ask her myself.
OCG, no! Oh, OCG. OCG, and he's gone. Well, this is awkward. Oh, he's back. Well?
You might have been right.
What makes you say that?
Well, I walked into Ashley's house and I wish I hadn't. I saw what can only be described as bumming. I mean, courting.
Well, I told you.
Yes, enough of these shenanigans. Let's get back to the stream.
I can't believe I was right. Finally, now you'll have to treat me with respect.
Shut up, Bertram, you insolent retard, or I shall be forced to get my sword.
I've never understood people's reliance on swords.
Why?
Well, personally, if I was going into battle, I'd come with an entire pencil case full of pens.
Pens? And what the hell are you going to do with them? Write the enemy a bloody check?
No, I destroy them.
And what makes you think you could do that?
Because, like they say, the pen is mightier than the sword. Ow!
From this day on, your name will not be Bertram. It will be Village Idiot. Anyway, back to this game. So, dear viewer, what can I tell you about this game's development? Nothing. Do I think you should buy this game? Well, that depends on what you think of what we're showing here. But I can say there are worse things you can do with your money.
Like buy a hat that is much too small for your head?
How the hell was I supposed to know it was too small? I bought it online and the website said... Wait a minute, I'm going to get this page up. It's loading. No, I don't want to buy tab packs. Oh, here we are. The website says, and I quote, "One size fits all."
Well, I've been telling you for years that you've got a big head.
Ah, but that just means my brain is bigger than everyone else's.
As big as your stomach?
What's wrong with you today? You're not usually this hostile.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on my period.
Bertram?
Yes?
You really do suit the name Village Idiots.
Oh, thank you. Oh, by the way, the toilet is blocked again.
I'll telephone Ricardo once we are finished recording this little stream of ours.
Ricardo?
Oh yes, fascinating fellow. Murdered his father when he wouldn't finance his sex change.
Oh, sounds charming.
Why don't you tell us what you think about this game, Bertram?
Well,
So sorry, old chap, we don't have time for that. What is that garbage you're eating, Bertram?
a chocolate bar I found in the fridge.
What are you talking about, man? There was no chocolate bar in the fridge.
Yes there was, in that plastic container on the middle shelf.
You mean the container containing my stool sample for the doctor? Oh, good lord. Bertram, spit that out right now.
But it's so tasty.
Oh god, I think I'm going to be sick. Let's just move swiftly on. Wait a minute, are you eating again?
No.
Liar! Is that my cheese sandwich?
That depends. Did you leave it in the fridge with a note on top of it that said Reuben? What does Reuben mean? Is it a made-up word?
That's my name, you idiot!
Oh, would you like a bite?
Keep it! I'll punish you later.
Oh,
Who the hell is that? Oh, it's you. The bitch is back. And no, I am not referring to Bertram.
oh,
I am referring to my mother-in-law, who just at this very moment has returned home with this week's shopping. No doubt one item she's bought is an extra-large tub of Vaseline, or as you Americans call it, KY jelly. It's not that the woman is particularly kinky, so I can only guess she has purchased it to remove the stink she seems to have up her ass. Anyway, oh, did you see what I did there, Bertram? Bertram?
huh?
In the game, did you see what I did?
I was busy.
Busy? Busy? Too busy to watch your master? I am the greatest YouTuber who has ever lived. I hold the Guinness World Record for having the smallest, I mean the biggest penis in the entire world. What could you possibly be busy doing? Let's hear it.
I was reading the obituaries hoping that I'd see that my Uncle Herbert had died a violent death.
Aw, that's so sweet. I'm so proud of you, Bertram. Here, take my hand. So, what did your Uncle Herbert do that you would want him dead?
He urinated on my hand.
Get your fucking hand off of me! Let's move on. Quickly, now we come to the controversial part of the stream, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, are you going to tell us about being molested by your grandfather while watching Titanic?
What's wrong with you?
Oh, more controversial than that?
Shut up, Bertram. I have to say this. The only thing I hate more than a silent protagonist in a video game is celebrities who make sex videos of themselves.
Why?
Because no one was interested when I accidentally, on purpose, leaked my sex video.
Well, no one wants to watch you having sex with your Aunt Cecilia. Especially because she's been dead since 1905.
A necrophilia joke, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that reminds me. We need a new piano.
Why?
Because I might have accidentally leaned against it and made it roll down the hallway stairs, through the front door onto the street, down a side alley, then onto a busy road, where it might have got smashed to pieces by an elderly man driving a tank.
I see. A tank, you say?
I believe so.
Okay. Damn. I really like that piano. Well, at least I still have my church organ, eh?
Actually,
Oh no. Say it isn't so.
I'm afraid it is.
Old man in a tank?
Old woman flying a 747.
Damn. There is no God. Oh well. Shit happens. And now for some impressions by yours truly.
Performed badly.
Shut up, Bertram.
What is this? Blood. I hope this isn't Chris's blood. Let me take care of this. I found something. It's a weapon. It's really powerful. It's forest. Oh my god! It looks like he was pecked to death by a crow or something.
I didn't know who I was until I put on the mask.
You wanna know how I got these scars? My father was a fiend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Jack is dead, my friends. You can call me Joker.
Beavis and Butthead! You're expelled!
Inside you, they call me Revolver, Ocelot, Shadow Moses Island, where this all began. Brother, we're not simply copies of our father anymore. Snake.
Please stop.
Shut up, Bertram. Actually, I think I can do that Bane impression even better.
I didn't know who I was until I put on the mask. That sounds just like me.
What are you talking about, Bertram? Sounds absolutely nothing like you. Listen to it again.
I didn't know who I was until I put on the mask.
Oh, I see what you're talking about, Bertram, yes. Sounds awfully like you. Let's compare. Right, Bertram, you do your impersonation of Bane from The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
Sinestro has created a yellow fear generator
I didn't know who I was till I put on the mask.
Yes, Bertram, I think my impression is far, far better.
I think we should be talking about the game more.
I did not ask for your opinion, Bertram. Just eat your bloody sandwich and keep quiet.
I don't have a sandwich.
Well, pretend. And if you interrupt me again, I'm going to kick you so hard you'll end up in outer space.
Oh, I always wanted to go on a rocket into outer space.
Then why don't you? I'll pay. Just, promise me you'll send me pictures of any attractive aliens you find. Like ones with 3 breasts, or that horny alien out of the movie Species.
That movie came out in 1995.
Yes, a year I remember fondly as the year I met Dracula for the first time.
Oh, what was he like?
He sucked. By the way, Bertram, I woke up this morning with an alarming wound on my backside. Do you, know anything about that?
That's your bumhole, sir.
Ah, excellent, excellent. I have been looking for more storage space as of late.
Speaking
one of
of
the good
Dracula, I really like that vampire show that had Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Ah, Sarah Michelle
Are you here to
Gellar.
fight?
She can put her stake in me any day of the week. Except Thursday. I see my psychiatrist that day.
We're heading in.
I think you meant you'd put your stake in her any day of the week except Thursday.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Bertram. I made a little faux pas there. Ha ha.
Oh, that's okay. I do that sometimes when I eat spicy food. I'll just clean it up.
No, Bertram, I don't mean that I... Oh. Never mind. Oh, damn it.
Calm down, OCG. Wouldn't want you suffering another cardiac arrest.
Another cardiac arrest? When did I have a cardiac arrest?
About 7 seconds ago.
Oh, good Lord. I didn't feel anything.
Well, that's because you're a heartless bastard.
Oh, I see. Jolly good then. Well, I suppose that's what happens to someone raised in a cult.
Oh, I didn't know you were raised in a cult.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Really?
No, not really.
Well, I was in a cult once.
Oh, I see. And what happened, Bertram?
Well, they all decided to kill themselves, so I escaped out the fire exit.
Oh, if only you'd stayed a few minutes longer. I could have been free of you.
What?
Haha, I jest. Mostly. So, what did this cult of yours worship?
Brown paper bags.
Oh, I see. Damn it! I need more coffee.
I'll get it.
Thank you, Bertram. You are useful after all.
That's the second time you've said that this week.
When was the first?
The other night when you told me to come into your bed and touch your...
Yes, haha, thank you, Bertram. That'll be all. Oh, Bertram, I meant to tell you, but I watched Titanic last night for the first time.
Oh, did you cry?
Almost. At one point I thought I felt a tear rolling down my leg, but it turned out to be urine.
Oh, I see. Well, I read a book last night.
Was it The Hungry Caterpillar? Ha ha!
Yes. How did you know?
I must say, I'm very disappointed in you, Bertram. Reading is evil and should only be reserved for reading your enemy's obituary. Throw your books away and just play video games. Jump really high and, most importantly, how to kill aliens and or people.
Didn't you used to read books constantly?
Yes, but it was a different time back then. We didn't have video games. We had black and white televisions and bloody Bruce Forsyth. Now, my favorite author was Agatha Christie. I have read all of Miss Christie's books.
But you cannot stop
Oh,
this Sinestro
how
game,
are they?
and you will pay for this attempt to limit our
They could
powers.
do with some
crazy
pictures,
if you think your
maybe
ring malfunctions
a
have
decapitation or
anything to do
two,
with us, Sinestro.
but apart
But
from
then,
that,
reason was never your
I
strong
do
point.
enjoy a
You
good
wanna fight?
murder
You got
mystery,
one.
like the one about who killed my father.
You did.
Spoilers, Bertram.
Oh, sorry.
Did I ever tell you that I met Miss Christie at an imaginary party back in the 1940s, Bertram?
No, you did not. What was she like?
Well, the bitch stabbed me in the arse and then tried to write a book about it.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm sure she had a good reason for doing that.
Well, not that I recall. Though I was drunk and tried to slip my hand into her Miss Marple. Ha ha ha!
Oh, Miss Marple, yes, Miss Marple, her Lady Gaga. I get it. So she did have a good reason for stabbing you in the arse.
Well, there's never, ever a good enough reason for stabbing a gentleman in the arse,
You're the one
Bertram.
who's afraid,
Oh,
Sinestro.
did I tell you that my mother called me last night, Bertram?
Oh, what did she have to say for herself?
Well, surprisingly, very little. Cousin Oscar said more than that the other night, and he had a ball gag in his mouth and a duck up his backside. Don't ask. Oh, that reminds me, Bertram. If anyone calls here looking for him, you can mention the ball gag, but under no circumstances are you to mention the duck. Do you understand?
I think so.
Good man. Oh, and I watched Groundhog Day last night. Did I tell you?
No. Did you enjoy it?
You never bloody told me it was a horror movie, Bertram. Can you imagine reliving the same day over and over? Doing the exact same things, telling the exact same jokes, making love to the same right hand over and over and over.
You think you are
Isn't that a normal day for us? We get up, get dressed, play a game, review a game, play another game, get undressed, get into the shower together, go to bed together, make love.
Yes, thank you, Bertram. I think I get your point.
This game looks like a cartoon.
I must confess that I have fallen out of favor with cartoons as of late. They become rather tame for my tastes. I will now only watch cartoons if they have graphic violence, cross-dressing, nudity, and/or animal cruelty. So, pretty much anything featuring the Looney Tunes. Yes, I was aroused by cartoon characters long before I was ever aroused by human beings. I only have to say the words Jessica Rabbit or Donald Duck to send myself into some kind of sexual frenzy. Though, I do not recommend making love to pictures. That's the perfect way to give yourself a paper cut somewhere you really do not want a paper cut. And oh, by the way, Bertram, remind me that we have 2 reviews to do today.
Oh, wow.
I know what you're thinking. 2 reviews in the same day? I know, Bertram. I am usually fortunate if I can remember to use the bathroom twice a day. Oh, that reminds me. Better change my underpants. I'll do it after this part.
Are you not going to read out the comments?
Read the comments, indeed. You know, Bertram, I remember a time when reading simply meant looking at the pictures and making up your own story. Granted, there isn't much story in an issue of Playboy, but still...
Speaking of reading, I'm glad this game has subtitles.
Bertram, subtitles are for people who are deaf and or stupid.
That's not very nice.
What did you say?
That's not very nice.
What did you say?
That's not very nice.
What did you say?
Nothing.
What did you say? Just a little joke there. Sit still, Bertram. You're making me nervous.
Oh, sorry.
I have been known to bust a move myself. That's right, Bertram.
When?
Well, you see, I had a very brief stint where I busted this drug dealer called a move. So, I bust a move.
Oh.
You didn't think I was talking about dancing, did you? Oh, good Lord, no. I don't dance. I leave that to commoners and relatives who drink too much at funerals.
OCG, I was in the shower this morning and something occurred to me.
You were in the shower? I think the last time you had a shower was 1974.
Yeah. Anyway, I was in the shower and it occurred to me that bollocks are so cute. Wait, am I allowed to say that bollocks are cute?
Oh, yes. I have a particularly cute pair of bollocks myself. You may stroke them if you wish.
Maybe later.
Funny story. I once broke into Lara Croft's house and used her shower.
That wasn't funny at all. Didn't you chat up Lara Croft in a bar once?
I would never do something so common, so vulgar, so indecent. And if you must know, it was a restaurant, not a bar, and it didn't go well.
Did she slap you in the face?
No. She shot me between the legs.
Oh, ouch.
Yes, quite. Please note that Stephen Hawking was not harmed in the making of this live stream. But that's because he's dead. A bold statement, you might be thinking, but so is stating that my wife has more hair on her bottom lip than I do. It doesn't make either statement any less true.
I'm getting peckish. Do you think that shop on the corner will have any Twinkies? I had one of them in Florida once, and I suddenly have a craving.
This is Britain, Bertram. We have everything here. I mean, for God's sake, I once saw a shop selling imported boxes of Cocoa Pops. A product that we've been able to get here for centuries. And this particular shop went to all the trouble of importing bloody Cocoa Pops. And then had the gall, had the nerve to charge 3 times what they usually sell for. Bloody Cocoa Pops for the same price I could buy condoms. Extra large condoms. Extra large condoms. And while I'm ranting, I was on the PlayStation Store last night, and do you know there is a game for sale there where you play as a slice of bread? A bloody slice of bread. Not even a sandwich. A piece of bloody flipping bread.
What is it called?
I am bread.
Oh, catchy.
It most certainly is not catchy. Oh, that reminds me. Did I tell you that I once saw a shop selling imported boxes of Cocoa Pops? A product we've been able to get here for centuries. And this particular shop went to all the trouble of importing bloody Cocoa Pops and then had the gall, the nerve to charge 3 times what they usually sell for.
Yes, you did tell me. Less than 2 minutes ago, in fact.
Ah, well that's okay then. Now remind me when we're done with this stream to blowtorch my underpants.
Okay. Can I ask why?
No, you may not. Well, if you must know, the dryer has broken down.
Oh, I see. So, how is this game that you're playing?
Well, it's about as much fun as tucking your sausage between your legs and talking like a girl.
That's funny.
Oh, thank you, Bertram.
Do I get a prize?
Oh, that won't be necessary. Now get back in your cage. No, actually, hold that thought. Let me kill this imbecile first.
You rang?
I did not ring, Bertram.
Oh, I thought you were calling for me. You said imbecile, and that's what you usually shout at me when you want something.
Yes, that I do, but not this time. Back in your cage, imbecile.
You rang?
Go away. Now, where was I? Oh, yes.
I, topped up your drink for you.
Ah, thank you, Bertram. You are useful after all.
Oh, that's the second time you've said that this week.
When was the first?
The other night when you told me to come into your bed and touch your...
Thank you, Bertram. I think that will be all. Go and play with, Mystic Meg.
Who?
Never mind. So, back to the game. Get out of the way, you idiot. What are you doing?
Oh, I remember. She was that old woman who predicted the lottery numbers.
Well done, Bertram.
I had quite a crush on her.
I take back my well done. Shut up, Bertram, and never speak again. And now a message from our sponsor. Yours truly, me. Ladies and gentlemen's toilets, thank you very much for watching my stream. 'Tis fabulous, isn't it? And aren't I the most handsome man you have ever seen? I beg your pardon. Well, that's just rude. Are you hearing this, Bertram? Bertram! Wake up, Bertram! Ugh. Good help is so hard to find these days. You know, I think Bertram was a village idiot in a past life. Regardless, thank you very much for watching the stream. Feel free to continue to watch the stream and laugh at my jokes. All of my jokes. They're very amusing.
So how difficult is this game?
Ha! I've been more intimidated going to the toilet.
The toilet? What's so intimidating about going to the toilet?
Well, Bertram, now I've never told you this, but a midget armed with garden shears hides in the shower.
Oh, I see.
You know, I must say, this game is putting me in the mood to watch The Lion King.
You watch too many Disney films, sir.
How dare you, Bertram? There is no such thing as too much Disney.
Don't you have a Beauty and the Beast duvet?
Yes.
And, you have a Little Mermaid alarm clock?
Yes.
And, don't you masturbate to Disney erotica?
4 times a day, yes. What's your point?
Nothing.
Bertram, fetch me a monkey.
Right now?
Yes, right now. Have you got something better to do?
But it's the middle of the night.
Well, how else do you expect to procure a monkey from the local zoo unless it's during the night? You can't very well steal one during the day. Someone will see you.
You're fucking me.
Well, I didn't think you would notice.
Can I at least finish my sandwich first?
Yes, I suppose.
Fetch me a monkey. How do you come up with these schemes?
Because I am a genius.
A genius? What about that time my arm fell off and you thought that you could simply superglue it back in the socket?
It worked, did it not?
But now I can't move my arm. At all.
Well, at least it'll stop you masturbating. Isn't live streaming fun, Bertram? I haven't had this much fun since I slapped you with a fish.
You've never slapped me with a fish. Ow!
Well, I have now.
You're a very strange man.
Well, thank you, Bertram. It's something I'm very proud of.
I wouldn't be.
What was that?
Nothing. OCG.
Yes?
Do animals have genitals?
What the hell made you ask that?
Just making conversation.
Of course animals have genitals. How else would they procreate?
I thought a stork brought the babies to, no?
You're an idiot, Bertram.
Oh, thank you.
So, dear viewer, I hope you're enjoying the stream. Now, this game is great. But if you don't like great games, then might I suggest you play Returnal. There's absolutely no greatness in that game. Or fun. Or even a coherent narrative.
Are we really still bitching about Returnal?
Bitching? Where did you hear that word, Bertram? Have you been watching the television again?
I plead the fifth.
Bertram, we are in the glorious nation of Britain. You can't use that nonsense here. You have no rights. You are not free. You belong to me. Anyway.
Do you think the Pope plays video games?
Oh, yes. Apparently Call of Duty is his favorite, though I can't think why.
Don't young boys mostly play those games?
Oh, yes. Yes, they do, Bertram. Moving on.
Please note, OCG is a fictional character. Any resemblance to persons alive, dead, or undead is purely coincidental.
So, my psychiatrist has told me I need to engage more with you commoners. So, please tell me down below. What do you think of this game? Like it? Love it. Want to crawl into bed and make passionate love to it. Dear viewers, thank you for tolerating. Loving this live stream. It's great to have each and every single one of you here to stroke my ego. Now, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button and then share this video. Go on, do it. Do it. No, don't go and get a coffee. Get back here. Yes, you. I can see you going to get a coffee in the middle of this live stream. Did I say you could go and get a coffee? No, I did not. Get back here. Right. Now hit the subscribe thing. Yes, there you go. Now like the video. Well done. Gold star for you. Right, let's get back to the live stream, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Alone in the Dark 2024. So, dear viewer, if you don't mind, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Alone in the Dark 2024, released on the 20th of March. And this is a remake slash reboot slash reimagining of 1992's Alone in the Dark. A game that some people have said if it didn't exist, neither would Resident Evil. And speaking of Resident Evil, I absolutely adore that franchise. In fact, I'm a massive horror fanatic in general. Frankenstein, Jason Voorhees, The Bloody Exorcist, Alien, and yes, Alien is a horror movie, get over it. So, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to horror, but how is Alone in the Dark 2024? Well, I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. Let's begin as we always do by talking about the story. We play as either Hopper from Stranger Things or Killing Eve from Killing Eve as they turn up at a manor in Louisiana to look for Killing Eve's uncle or some such nonsense. The story is rather bonkers and features a cult, a demon tree, flashbacks to traumatic events in our lead character's past, the occasional toilet break. Actually, not that last one, but the story here is bonkers. What isn't so bonkers is the gameplay. Now this is your very, very, very standard third-person survival horror affair. As in, you'll explore the manor, some other locations, collecting items, solving basic puzzles, unlocking doors, and occasionally fighting creatures. And while the creatures in this game look like something that HR Giga dreamt up in a wet dream, sadly, they're not all that intimidating, and once you've encountered the first couple of them, they just become a nuisance more than anything. Luckily, there is 2 boss fights at the very end of the game that you can look forward to. And sadly, while I appreciated having boss fights in the game, because for the majority of my playthrough I was thinking to myself, OCG, oh chap, where the fuck is the boss fights? Turns out they're in the last 10 minutes of the game. But the final boss in particular is a complete pain in the arse, and not in the good way. Right, so let's get to the nitty-gritty. What did I think of this game? Well, I have played every single Alone in the Dark game, and I kind of, sort of like them. I've not ever really played an Alone in the Dark game that's blown me away, and I still haven't. while this is a very competent survival horror game, it is rather, well, dull at times. It's not particularly exciting. The voice acting is very flat. The graphics look kind of dated for PS5 standards. The monster design isn't great. The monster variety isn't great. The game isn't scary at all. It isn't particularly fun. There isn't really any set pieces to speak of, apart from the lead up to the final boss, which is quite dramatic. I mean, yes, you can play as two different characters, but again, you could do that in Alone in the Dark, the new nightmare, so that's not really anything new here. Overall, it's okay. I played worse. I played a hell of a lot better. Hello, Resident Evil. But if you're into horror games like I am, I'm sure you'll have fun with this one. Therefore, I declare that Alone in the Dark 2024 is going to get a nice, shiny 7 out of 10 from me. Though, is it closer to a 6? No, I'm going to be fair to the game and stick with my 7. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my totally not improvised review for Alone in the Dark 2024. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Alone in the Dark Inferno, also known as Alone in the Dark 2008. So, dear viewer, if you don't mind, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Oh, Alone in the Dark 2008, you poor unfortunate bastard of a video game, you. Not only were you supposed to reignite interest in the somewhat long dormant Alone in the Dark series of video games, but you were supposed to be a good video game to go along with that. And sadly, you're probably neither of those things. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so what the hell is Alone in the Dark 2008? Well, I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. This is a reboot, reimagining, supposed sequel to the older Alone in the Dark games, featuring once again lead protagonist Edward Carnbury, who this time is suffering from a bad case of amnesia and must stop a horrific cult from doing culty things, like ending the world and summoning monsters and all that garbage. Now, if you have ever had the fortune, or should I say unfortune, of playing this game for yourself, then you'll probably know that it wasn't very well received back in 2008. In fact, the game was originally released for the PlayStation 2, the Xbox 360, and the Nintendo Wii, and that version of the game is radically different to the version I'm reviewing today, which was also released in 2008, but was the PlayStation 3 version, retitled as Alone in the Dark Inferno. But have no worries, dear viewers, if you've only played the Xbox 360 version or the PlayStation 2 version. Though those games are radically different to this one is just as bad, but equally as laughable. That's right, this game is freaking hilarious at times. Whether it's Edward Carnbury swearing, and fuck you anyway, Whether it's the really bad enemy design, whether it's the really bad voice acting when people get possessed, whether it's the ridiculous action sequences which feature car chases and climbing up buildings and floors falling out from underneath you. Whether it's the enemy AI, which is about as intelligent as Paris Hilton after she bangs a bloody head. But is there anything good about this game? Well, again, I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer, and I'm happy to report that there is. I quite like cheesy horror movies, and this video game is very much the cheesy horror movie equivalent in video game form. Yes, I'm going to use that overused phrase, so bad that it's good. But this one actually is. There's some quite inventive gameplay here, like having to unlock a keypad by cutting a hand off of a security guard and using that. I'm not kidding. Wounds actually appearing on Edward Camberry's body. Again, I'm not kidding. The driving sequences, which do add a little bit of Fast and the Furious to this horror story. Edward himself is voiced by James McCaffrey. Rest in peace, you talented bastard. For those of you who don't know, James McCaffrey was the voice of Max Payne, and most recently can be heard in Alan Wake 2, playing Detective Alex Casey, who for all intents and purposes might as well be bloody Max Payne. So, I can't say that I hate this game. I've never hated this game. I've always quite enjoyed it, and I decided to play it in honor of the fact that the new Alone in the Dark releases tomorrow. And I'm sure that will be received critically better than this game was. Please note, at the time of recording this review, I had not yet seen the actual reviews for Alone in the Dark 2024, which, for the most part, have confirmed my fears that Alone in the Dark is a relic of the past and will probably be staying there for quite some time. Because sadly, the 2024 game, I don't think is going to reignite interest in this particular franchise. Quick, Bertram, get me a violin. Therefore, I declare that Alone in the Dark Inferno is so bad it's good. So, dear viewer, there you have it, my very in-depth review for Alone in the Dark Inferno. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / Bucktotem Bertram. Say hello, Bertram. Hello, Bertram. And this is my review for the Angry Video Game Nerd 1 and 2. So, dear viewer, if you wouldn't mind, don't you dare forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Now, please note, before I deliver this hilarious review to you, ladies and gentlemen, let me just assure you that I am in no way going to be biased. That's right. If I give this game a good review, it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that I hope the Angry Video Game Nerd himself sees this review and either wishes to employ me on his channel, hire me as a comedy writer, or indeed give me a blowjob. So, I just wanted to put that out there before we do the review. So, let's go.
Did you just say you want to receive a blow?
Yes, Bertram, I'm aware of what I just said. We're too late to take it back now, so we might as well just forget about it. So, the Angry Video Game Nerd 1 and 2 Deluxe Edition released at some point, and this is a compilation of not one, not two, but technically 3 separate video games, starring the angry video game nerd himself. Now, story. Now, the plot for the 2 main games is pretty much the exact same thing. The angry video game nerd gets sucked into a shitty video game, and he must go through stages inspired by a lot of 80s video games in the hope that he can get back to the real world. So far, so simple. Now, I already said a little hint of what you can expect in the gameplay department for this game, and yes, it is very much like a 1980s platforming video game. So that means you're going to be dealing with knockback, pits of spikes, pits that kill you instantly, enemies that kill you instantly, enemies that don't even have to touch you and remove your trousers to suck the very life out of you through your urethra. And these stages are all heavily inspired by video games such as Castlevania, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Friday the 13th, not the recent Friday the 13th video game. We are talking about the 1980s piece of shit Friday the 13th video game, which I do believe the Angry Video Game Nerd has reviewed on his channel. Not only that, but I think it is one of his best reviews. I'll say that again, just so everyone can hear me. One of his best reviews, because let's not forget, the Angry Video Game Nerd is probably, next to myself, the funniest gaming YouTuber on YouTube. Please employ me, but, you know, blowjob wouldn't... I wouldn't turn that down. But anyway, let's move on. Like I said, I'm going to remain completely unbiased in this review. Love you, AVGN. Love you. Especially those glasses. Oh my indeed. Anyway, so, gameplay. We've already discussed the gameplay. So you'll move through various stages, like I said, platforming, avoiding enemies, probably dying repeatedly. I myself died over 150 times in just trying to play through these 2 games. That's more times than Rasputin died. Yes, so you don't only get gaming trivia on this channel, you also get real world trivia. Yes, weren't expecting that, were you? Oh, and must I say there is an absolutely delightful sequence that, relates to a certain killer shark movie that was also turned into an absolutely terrible 1980s video game. So you can look out for that. What else can I tell you? Yes, in the first game, and I think in the second as well, you can look for cameo characters, other playable characters that you can play as, such as Mike, who's someone you might have seen on Angry Video Game Nerd's channel quite a few times. So if you enjoy 1980s video games, I'm absolutely certain you will enjoy this. And for all you amateur gamers out there who maybe think the game is a bit too hard, rest assured there is an easy difficulty mode, which I absolutely did not play on. Shut up, Bertram. Don't say anything. So, lots of colourful stages inspired by 1980s video games, all with an AVGN flavour to it. We play as the Angry Video Game Nerd himself or some other cameo characters. Stages based on Castlevania, like I said, Jaws, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Friday the 13th, not the recent one, the 1980s one. Lots of nostalgia all wrapped up in this little package, and not one, not 2, but technically 3 video games. You can discover what the third one is once you pick the game up for yourself, which I highly recommend you do. Pick it up right now and give AVGN your money, because maybe then he'll say it's thanks to me and want to employ me on his channel, or maybe take me on as a comedy writer, because after all, I am fucking hilarious, aren't I, Bertram? Shut up, Bertram. So in conclusion, I declare that Angry Video Game Nerd 1 and 2 Deluxe is splendid. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My totally not biased review for Angry Video Game Nerd 1 and 2 Deluxe. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram.
Goodbye, Bertram.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to play a video game that looks like it was designed by a teenager back in the 1990s, masturbating with one hand whilst creating the game in the other on a PC running Windows 95? You do? Well, have I got the game for you? Awakening of Cthulhu. Do you want to play a video game that does not feature beautifully designed backgrounds, but rather has backgrounds that are nothing but pixelated nonsense? You do? Well, do I have the video game for you? Awakening of Cthulhu. Do you want to play a video game that only has 2 boss fights? And trust me when I say, I use the term boss fights very, very loosely. You do? Well, Christmas has come early for you, because I've got the video game for you. Awakening of Cthulhu. Do you want to play a video game that takes less time to complete than it takes me to get to the bathroom, undo my trousers, drop the trousers to the ground, and then sit down on the seat? You do? Well, once again do I have the video game for you, Awakening of Cthulhu. Do you want to play a video game where you basically go from left to right, doing nothing but slashing away at enemies with your cane like an old man with a grudge? You do? Well, I've got the video game for you, Awakening of Cthulhu. Do you want to play a platformer that doesn't so much feature platforms, but rather just black lines on the screen that your character can jump on? You do? Well, have I got the video game for you? Awakening of Cthulhu. Right, I think I've milked that joke for all it's worth. So, what is this video game? Well, you can see it here. What did I think of this video game? My tone should tell you absolutely everything I thought about this game. Do I recommend this video game? Not a chance in a donkey dick inside a cuddly grizzly bear in hell. Do I recommend this game? Even if it's on sale. Even if it's on a deep sale. Do I recommend this game? In fact, I think now that you've watched this review, this is probably the most entertainment you can get from this game, so you don't have to buy the game, do you? Wait a minute, Bertram, what's the name of this game again?
Something Cthulhu, something.
Damn it! I should have said the title of the video game a lot more in the review so I could remember what it was called by the end of the review. Cthulhu. Bum of Cthulhu. No, I don't think it was called that. Ass of Cthulhu. No, it wasn't called that. Scrotum of Cthulhu. No. Damn it! Looks like I forgot the name of the game. Well, if you enjoyed this little review for this game whose name I can't remember, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram.
Goodbye, Bertram.
Bulbs of Cthulhu? No, I don't think it was called that either. Bin of Cthulhu? No. Last but most certainly not least, Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon was released earlier this year, and is, you guessed it, an origin story of sorts for the witch Bayonetta.
Oh, does that mean we have to see Uncle Ben get killed again?
That's Spider-Man's origin story, you pillock.
Oh, yeah. So what is this game about?
I'm so glad you asked, Bertram, you beautiful bastard. Set 600 years before the events of the first Bayonetta, Cereza and the Lost Demon sees us playing as a much younger and far less attractive version of Bayonetta as she teams up with a demon to save her mother. To do that, they must venture into a very scary forest and, destroy 4 elemental orbs or some bollocks. Of course, there's a lot more to the story than that, but I guess you're going to have to play the game for yourselves to find out what. So, what else can I tell you about this bloody game? Well, firstly, this is a Nintendo Switch exclusive. Again. So if you don't own a Nintendo Switch, then, well, I guess it sucks to not be a real gamer. I mean, a real gamer owns each and every single gaming console that has ever or will ever be released.
But you don't own a Panasonic.
Shut up, Bertram. Now, like I already said earlier, this is a prequel to the original Bayonetta, which means it takes place before the original Bayonetta.
Oh!
It was released on March 17th, 2023.
Oh!
And is once again developed by those talented bastards at Platinum Games.
Oh!
Must you do that, Bertram?
Do what?
Go, oh, every time I say something about this game.
You don't want me to do that?
Obviously.
So, what should I say?
Nothing. Say nothing.
Okay.
So, what makes this game different to the others in the franchise, if you haven't already noticed, is the fact you control not just Cereza, but also Cheshire at the same time.
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Why are you saying nothing?
Because you told me to.
When?
Before, I asked you what should I say when you give information about the game, and you said, say nothing.
I didn't mean say the word no. You know what? Never mind.
OCG, I'm confused again.
No, there's really nothing to be confused about, Bertram. We are homosexuals. That means we occasionally like to...
No, I'm not confused about that. I'm confused about the game's story again. What the hell happened? I didn't understand it at all.
Because once again you were sleeping whilst I was streaming the game?
Yes?
Fine. For the last time, I will recap the story the best way I know how. Badly. So, 600 years before the first Bayonetta game, a far less attractive Bayonetta is led into the forbidden Avon Forest.
Avalon Forest?
Avalon Forest, by a blonde boy in a mask, who Bayonetta just so happens to have seen in her dreams. Oh, and prior to this, Bayonetta was exiled from her home because her mother had sex with a lemon sage.
Lumen Sage?
Lumen sage. So anyway, In the woods, Bayonetta is attacked by a group of men dressed up as fairies and summons a demon to kick the fairies' asses. But the demon ends up possessing Bayonetta's stuffed cat Cheshire.
Just like The Exorcist?
Kind of, but with less projectile vomiting and masturbating with crucifixes. Anyway, Bayonetta and Cheshire set out on a quest to save Bayonetta's mother and send Cheshire back to where he came from for reasons.
You don't know? Didn't you just play this?
Shut up, Bertram. I was looking at my penis. I mean, my telephone at that part. Anyway, Bayonetta and Cheshire journey through the woods, following a strange white wolf.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe the white wolf laid fucking golden eggs and Bayonetta had a plan to steal them and sell them at market. Just let me recap this as badly as I can. We haven't got all night. So, for most of the game, you follow the tracks of the white wolf, which may or may not lay golden eggs. Now, while our characters are doing this, they also destroy 4 elemental cores for reasons, and Bayonetta and the demon inside Cheshire become the best of friends.
Oh.
Stop that, Bertram. Anyway, eventually, you'll figure out that the blonde boy in the mask is actually our villain, and he combines with the white wolf thing, and you fight him and win, I think. But then Morgana appears and reveals that she...
Wait, who was Morgana?
Shit! I forgot to mention that part. Well, when Bayonetta was banished, she was taken in by Morgana, who taught her how to do witch things and whatever. Anyway, the blonde boy in the mask is actually her son, and Morgana is actually the game's final boss. So you beat her, the demon inside Cheshire goes home, and Bayonetta says something heroic or something. The end.
OCG, now I'm even more confused about the story.
Tough. Upon release, this game received very good reviews, with lesser-known gaming sites like IGN awarding the game a 9 out of 10. But as you already know, dear viewers, and as I've already told you 4 times in this very retrospective, I could care less what other gaming sites think about a game. All that matters is what I think. And I think that Bayonetta Origins is, pardon my Spanish, fucking fantastic.
That's not Spanish.
Shut up, Bertram. Long story short, I bloody love this game. It's sweet, funny, emotional, exciting, action-packed, and above all, fun. It might not be as arousing as the other Bayonetta games, but I won't hold that against it.
Because you just load up one of the other Bayonetta games and have a fondle?
You're damn right, Bertram. So, while I'm doing that, why don't you go and watch our hilarious review for Bayonetta Origins, which, along with the reviews for Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 3, will also be in the description for this very video. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our full-blown retrospective on the Bayonetta series of video games. If you enjoyed this little video of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram.
Goodbye, Bertram.
Bayonetta originally released in 2009. A year I remember fondly as the year I had an illicit affair with a warlock, which is a witch with a penis, in case you didn't know. Let's just say he did more than put a spell on me. Ha ha.
I don't get it.
Never mind, Bertram. So, you're probably wondering what the hell is Bayonetta.
Actually, I'm still trying to figure out what you meant by did more than put a spell on me.
He tickled my poopo, okay? Anyway, Bayonetta was the first game to release in the very popular Bayonetta series of video games. A series I myself absolutely bloody adore. And not just because it features the sexiest video game character in existence.
Sexier than Barry Burton?
Let me rephrase that. Bayonetta is the second sexiest video game character in existence. But though his name also starts with the letter B, Barry...
To be continued. Annoying, I know.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That brings an end to tonight's sex show. I mean, live stream. Damn it, I always say that. If you enjoyed this live stream, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. Don't forget to hit that bloody like, subscribe, bell button thingy. Feel free to share this video with everyone you know. But remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram.
Goodbye, Bertram!
And we are done. Right, time to get naked and reenact the ending of Thelma and Louise. Get the car, Bertram.
But don't they die at the end?
Yes. What's your point?
Oh, this is going to hurt.